Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the exciting world of Final Fantasy XVI. The final DLC has come out. I don't remember the name. Echoes of the Fallen was the last one, so this one must be Rising Tide. I didn't even realize it had released. I was streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Gilliam hopped in my chat to let me know, hey, a thing that you paid for literally half a year ago is finally available for you to play, so here we are. I don't know who this child is. I parked Clive here in front of the hideout, like in front of the big circle door entrance, and this kid just walked up and has decided to be present in this scene. So, I don't know why. We're gonna just completely ignore and disregard him. In order to start this quest, we have to go to our bedroom, Clive's chambers, and have a little gander at something that has allegedly been tucked away on our desk. And it's probably going to be... What is that? Hold on just a minute. What is that? Has that been there this whole time? Tears of Mercy. Well, that has no bearing at all on what we're doing, but we're going to put down a marker, and we're going to go see what that is later. Also, I think that these little marks mean that there's, like, new information or something to be gathered, right? So don't we need to go investigate all of this new stuff? And apparently there's something new over here. That's not... You know what? We're staying focused, okay? Laser focus on the plot. Let's have a look at the reading table and kick this off. What I'm really excited about here is that I have no idea what any of this DLC is about, aside from Leviathan the Lost. It has something to do with a missing icon, Leviathan the Lost. He had a little name drop in the main story when Joshua went and looked at a mural on a wall and was like, Leviathan the Lost, and everyone said, where is he at? What's going on there? Presumably, we're going to find out, or it's going to be a big tease for Final Fantasy XVI 2. We're going to find out. Dear Sid, this is not relevant. Who is this from? Famiel? I write you this note from Imperial Lands. Yes, I know we said we'd be going straight home, but a little detour to trade the trinkets we picked up on our travels for some trusty gills seemed in order. Give the elders something to soften the shock of losing the dust crystals like. Right, this guy is from the last DLC. I didn't even realize we had mail from him. This is fun. This is good. I don't know if this was at the end of the last DLC or if this was added more recently, but it's nice to put a little bow on that. Truth is, those crystals have long been a lifeline for our people, and though I may have been quick to comprehend your reasoning that they're not but a tether to a sinking ship, humble country folk like mine are rather less receptive to new ideas. Wish me luck in turning them to the righteous path. Famiel. P.S. In the unlikely event that we should find ourselves driven from our home at Point of Pitchfork, I trust you'll spare us a better 3. The lads can sleep on the floor in a pinch. That's great. Everyone is welcome here. In the ruins of this fallen ship. Everyone is welcome unless they get on my nerves, in which case we just cast them back out. Also, the story is basically over. In the very near future, we're going to Origin, and the world will be changing on a fundamental level. So, that's kind of the awkward thing about these DLCs, is that they're both like, hey, here's more story after the last story, but before the end of the game. So none of it really matters, because everyone you love is about to die, and the world is going to change in a fundamental way. Lol. Oh, that's fine, though. Unmarked. Sid. I shall not waste time mincing words. Leviathan's dominant is in need of rescue, and despite my innumerable misgivings about joining hands with an outlaw of the highest disrepute. Real word. Okay, I'm familiar with it. The dame has assured me that there is none better suited to the task at hand. I dare not reveal more, for fear this missive could fall into the wrong hands. But if what little I have penned here has kindled your interest, I bid you journey to the Vale in Northreach and inquire with one Leyla. Leyla! She will surely see you satisfied. What does that mean? Hold on, what? Are you sending me like a prostitute or something? Heed this mysterious request? We got no reason not to. Absolutely none whatsoever.
But why now? After all this time?
Because it's the end of the world as we know it. Now?
No. I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you.
After all we've been through, I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there.
Man. After playing like so much Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, these faces look so soft and so stiff. They've come a long way over there at
Surely.
Square in the year
So-
that passed between these games.
What is it this time?
I'm not sure yet. The letter delivered to my chambers omitted a few crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted. But whoever the sender was, it seems the dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time. It must be important.
Important might be an understatement. If the letter is to be believed, Leviathan's dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
But why the gap? I know it can be a few years before a new dominant's born. But over a century?
Should the dominant of Water's bloodline have been severed somehow, it could have prevented a new dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time. Every nation in the realm has lost its dominant. If word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
And the twins will be at war again, just when humanity most needs to come together. Did the letter say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person.
This could all be a lie. This could all be a trap. I don't know by whom.
If nothing else. You
Or for
can
what
be
purpose.
certain it ain't a trap.
Oh, look, there you go. Me and Otto.
Famous last words.
We're synced up.
I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you. Both of you. And Otto?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on things here. Didn't fancy coming anyway.
Thank you. I shall leave the Invincible in your capable hands.
The rising tide. Maybe we're going to go to an underwater city. Maybe we're going to go to Atlantis. That's where Leviathan is. They took cues from the Disney film, where Leviathan does appear as a sort of mechanical guardian of Atlantis. I like that. Chasing the tides. Quest destinations for the rising tide are indicated with a sort of brass-colored little icon. After accepting the quest's current objectives are displayed in the to-do list on the right side of the screen. These will temporarily replace main scenario objectives. If you wish to restore main scenario subjectives to the to-do list, you can do so on the journal tab of the main menu. Awesome! First thing we gotta do, though, is we gotta run back here and see what this random chest is that has appeared for some reason. Hopefully it's something useful or worthwhile. I actually have no idea. Oh, it's talking to you. Do I have to, like, give you something for some reason?
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
Yeah, what is it?
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
How does this work?
Sure,
What are you
it would be
giving
very
me?
helpful indeed.
What have I just been
Tell ya.
given?
Try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much.
Dude, she's so fine.
Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
True enough. True enough. Okay, now give me the dirt on the medicine chest. What is that? Is it like an infinite supply of medicine I've been given? The game is not going to elaborate. I can't help but notice that the game is not elaborating at all. Do I need to go to, like, items or something? Hold on just a tick. Yes, thank you. No, I see where I need to go. I get the idea. I appreciate it. Medicine chest. Here we go. A beautifully carved chest that opens to reveal countless compartments full of tonics and tinctures. Or tinctures, if you're so inclined. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take part of the infirmary with you. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Oh man, I thought we were getting like an upgrade of some kind. I thought we were going to be leaving here with like a big expanded slot for all the medicines in the game, and it's not quite that, and that's disappointing, but that's okay. I wonder where that leaves us in terms of completion for Clive's collection of nonsense. Also, how can I remove that like that? Let's see what we're missing over here still. I'm assuming there's going to be a slot for whatever new thing we're getting as part of this quest today. But this is new. This is the medicine chest. So I'm still missing something in between the charred sparring sword and the dusk shard. The dusk shard we got from the most recent, or the last DLC. So presumably there are 2 more somewhere, and as part of this main quest, and then we're missing something between these 2, and we'll never know what that is, and we'll just have to worry about it later because it's not actually relevant to what we're doing. Hello, hello, hello! What have you got for me before I set out? Anything new?
I was wondering when next you'd visit.
I don't actually see anything new here. Sage Spire, Origin, Dion, View the 1,000 Tomes. I'm actually good. No, thank you. I thought that those candles were like dots above this individual's head. We hadn't seen that before in this. I think we're good to go. I think we've got everything we need. We've got all of our supplies. We've got our 2 best friends with us, or rather our literal brother and lover. So, I mean, I don't know if you can call them friends under those circumstances. But we are ready to set out for Northreach and see what or who awaits us. I'm hoping this game, this DLC takes us to a new location. I don't know if it will. It might not. I have no clue. I think we're heading to meet with the Dame right now. So hopefully she knows what's what and can point us in the right direction. We know that there are other continents than the twins, which is weird because they really don't come into play at all outside of a mention here and there that, oh, yeah, there's other places out there that have no bearing on the plot, but they're there. I'd like to go see those places. Leyla!
I'm looking for a Leyla.
You found one.
I'll say.
So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watch?
Jill is giving us a look right now. Clive, what was that little cast down? What were you looking at there, buddy?
Your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
We're here about the letter.
Oh, sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Specifically?
A location. North of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay. There you'll find a tent and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all? Nothing else?
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand.
There are Akashic beasts running around out there. Now, if I was going to say if you'll excuse me, but I couldn't even make it that far. We're going to be here a while, I think. This happened the other day as well. I think we're just going to have to let this pass. So we need to make our way to the coast right outside of town. I don't think you can do, like, little fast travels, unfortunately. So we will have to just run, and that's a whole 211 yards.
This woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town.
Not if she realizes the value of the information she's party to.
And the danger it puts her in.
Don't you think it's a little strange she just didn't come to the hideaway in person? Wouldn't that have made more sense? If she's so worried about, maintaining secrecy and not getting presumably captured and tortured for the location of Leviathan. Why send a missive, and why, talk to a lady of the night, and why go through all this rigmarole when you could have just shown up? Pretty much anyone who turns up is allowed to enter and have a chat with Clive, as we've seen from previous adventures. It just seems like that's the better approach, unless you really like camping here.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
Apparently no one. There's no one here at all. I wonder if it's not actually a lady, but maybe... Oh, hold on. No, there's like a whole skiff down here. We should probably investigate these things. Have a look inside.
It's empty. Why am I not surprised?
Only you can know that, Clive. What about the skiff? And is this the ship we're expected to take to a brand new continent? Or is there a brand new continent? Or am I being too hopeful? I could have looked this up. I could have just checked beforehand, but I like to be surprised and disappointed in equal measures.
No prizes for guessing who that belongs to.
Well, my Mysterious Lady, but we could still try to guess who Mysterious Lady is.
The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
So you're a woman. I did read the note with a wee bit of an accent. I wasn't spot on. Hello, how are you?
I suppose I must
Are you Leviathan the Lost?
Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the moats of water.
None of that means anything to me. Would you elaborate?
The moats of water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yes, that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
vanished. Was exterminated. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Kriegers faithful for over a century.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
The surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Is that what that is? Is that like a frozen
Since
wave?
the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty.
So in other words, you know nothing.
Jon Snow?
Not that I'll hold it against you. The wave was raised by Leviathan in an act of rage. Moments before the waters were stayed, and the icon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to?
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place.
That is what we do. We tend to, kill them, though.
As they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say? Will you help us?
I will. But I was really hoping we would get to go on a whole cross-continental ocean sort of journey.
He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born.
You're talking to three icons, all right? Look, now is not the time for your weird brand of racism.
But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
Okay, thank you for immediately turning that around on me. I appreciate it.
As do we all. Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, Something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay?
At least we're going to a new region. I'll give him that.
Lead the way.
It's not the grand journey that I wanted to a whole new continent, but I'll take it.